Hey, I'm Marco Keach, and I'm here with Suzie Wetton, and she is another great client at Stronger Personal Training, and she's seen some very, very good results. And she's here to talk about the results. She's here to talk about what her experience has been like training there, what the people are like, what the trainers are like, and kind of just fill us in with her whole story. So, Suzie, thank you so much for taking the time to come on and share your story. It's something that I really appreciate.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's give the people who are watching, let's kind of give them a frame of reference as to what it was. Like, what was the big thing? What were you trying to overcome? What was a big issue that led you to start training here?
So I moved to Worcester in 2013 and had a terrible commute to Boston for a year, during which time I gained, I don't know, 15 pounds because I was sad and on the road in my car for 3 hours a day. So I finally quit my job, got a new job in Worcester, and had a lot of free time. So I was researching gyms. I tried a couple in the area. Nothing was really sticking. Pilates wasn't for me. Yoga sucks. Biking, eh. But then I came across what was Frag Nash Training Systems, now Stronger Personal Training, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do this. And the second I walked in there, I was like, you know what, I think this is going to change my life. And it did, because everyone there is super welcoming. I felt like they actually cared about me. The gym is not so crowded that, you know, you feel overwhelmed with the people around you, but ultimately my results have changed tremendously. My entire body composition has changed. I am 2 sizes smaller than I was prior to. My weight has gone down 10 pounds. I no longer feel anxiety or stress because I go to the gym every day and it's just part of my routine.
Hmm. Okay.
I've just turned it into part of my day. It's just, I wake up, I have a cup of coffee, I watch a DVR show, and I go to the gym, and everyone expects me to be there. When I'm not, they ask me where I've been. So there's a whole sense of accountability. But overall, I would just say I'm a much happier person. I'm a much fitter person. I feel like a new person, really. It's just given me kind of a new lease on life, and who doesn't want that?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm going to dig a little bit deeper. I'm going to go a little bit into some of that, right? We talked about the results, which we'll get to in a second. But what I'm curious to know about is, right, you said you tried a bunch of different places and it kind of weren't for you. But as soon as you walked in here, you just knew. Like, what was it that feeling that you're just like, yeah,
I
this is the place?
Well, they kind of ask you, like, why are you here? What do you want? Like, what are you hoping to achieve? No one asks you that because everyone assumes that you walk into a gym wanting the same thing, that you're just going to go and you're going to exercise. But, you know, when you say, hey, I want to lose this amount of weight, and they hold you accountable. They say, well, how much do you want to lose? What are you eating now? What are you doing for exercise? And you say, I'm eating like a teenage boy and I'm not exercising. Anything from that's better, but they really delve in and try to work with you to like make you have better habits, and they keep you accountable.
Right. So you have the accountability, which is a big element of it. And again, we'll talk about the results in a second, but tell me a little bit more. You kind of talked, I think you mentioned the word like community. So tell me a little bit more about the atmosphere. Like, what's it like being a part of this and being there?
It's kind of like being, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like a family. You walk
Hmm.
in, everyone, you may not know everyone, but everyone's very familiar and everyone's very friendly and always says hi. And like you just kind of get to know people, maybe not on a really deep level, but you're working out with the same people and suffering through the same workouts every day. So you kind of just, it's just a really good sense of community.
Hmm. And since you have this support structure, right, it's not just the trainers who are holding you accountable, right? It's probably that group as well that you feel accountable to.
Right. Sometimes they expect you to be there and they're like, huh, why aren't you here today?
Hmm.
Everything all right?
So there's a social side to it.
Definitely.
Did you expect to find this element of the community, the social side, when you were first
Not
looking for
really, because
places?
I feel like a lot of other gyms I had joined, like you just kind of go in and you leave and that's it. But I
Mhm.
mean, sometimes you sit around chatting for a while after your workout or have a shake together after your workout, and it's fun.
And is this the kind of place where anybody can go, or is it like specific for a certain type of person?
No, they modify for everyone. Everyone can do the workouts that they do there, and if they can't, they'll make modifications so that you can do them and get the most out of it.
Okay. And so you had mentioned on the results side, right, that you lost about 10 pounds, a couple of dress sizes.
Hmm.
How long at the time we're recording? How long have you been there for?
I have been there almost, well, a year, a little over a year and a half. I started in July of 2015.
Okay. And so you've seen those results in that time. You said you were a little bit happier too. Is that like you felt happier from this?
Well, I've always, like, exercise has always been a really good outlet for me. And when
Okay.
I wasn't doing it, I just felt like a lot of it's stress and anxiety that exercise quells. So by channeling, that energy and exercising, overall, the endorphins make you feel better.
Right. So stress levels have dropped.
Right. Significantly so.
Would you say is that your energy or levels along those lines have shifted as well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel better now than I did when I was 25,
Wow. Okay.
when I wasn't doing anything.
And others, I'm guessing as well, like family, friends have probably noticed these changes.
Oh, definitely. My mom's like, please don't stop going to that gym. This is really the best version of you.
That's pretty funny. And then it makes things easier through the day, right? So like you talk about stress, but let's say something pops up, right? That's just out of control and it's just something that's like, oh my God, this sucks. Does it make things like that a little bit easier to manage as well since energy is kind of more balanced?
Of course it does. I mean, a lot of people this day and age rely on like taking pills or drinking or doing drugs. But I think like if most of the world just got an hour and workout and
Hmm.
sweat, people probably wouldn't rely on things so much because really no one has that big of problems.
Right, right, exactly. And I guess you kind of briefly touched on this, but would you go as far as to say that this has been life-changing for you?
Definitely.
Okay.
It's part of my life now.
Okay.
Easy as that.
Okay. And what I want to do is I just want to shift gears now. I want to because obviously, right, you've got this group, you've seen the results, but there's an element to it. The trainers are kind of the guys,
Hmm.
and girls who are leading things and setting things up for you. So any trainer worth their salt can, show you how to get results. But what I'm curious to know is more about who they are as people. So give me a few words or phrases that describe who they are as people.
I would say overall they are fun. They can be tough on you when you need it. And they're always very concerned with like how you're feeling. You walk in the gym, it's like, good morning. Saw you yesterday. How are you feeling after the workout? Because they want to know if anything's hurting, if everything needs to be modified. But ultimately, like they just want you to be the best version of yourself. Um, if you're taking a break and you shouldn't be, they'll tell you those weights aren't going to lift themselves. Please pick them up. And it just kind of pushes you to be better and
They
stronger.
so it comes up that they actually truly do care about you and your results.
100%.
So you've got this accountability group, this support structure, you've got the results, you've got a social thing, you've got basically everything in there that you hadn't expected. You walked in very happy, you've seen these results. Let's say someone is looking for a place, they're in the same position that you were maybe 2 years ago,
Hmm.
and they hear your story, but they're on the fence. They're not convinced or they're just not sure if this is the right place for them. What would you want to say to that person?
I would encourage them at least to do the trial to get a taste of it. And I think most people, just by starting to move, if you're at a baseline where you're not doing anything, you're going to see results in the 2 or 3 weeks that you're there. At least, you'll feel stronger, you'll feel better. You'll get a sense of like accomplishment at the end of every workout. Like, wow, that looked really hard on the board, but I did it. And I think it's kind of addicting in the sense that like you want more and
Yeah.
you don't really know what you're capable of until you start doing it.
Well, Susie, really, really cool story, especially in a short period of time, what you've seen, what you found, and where you're going. And I just want to wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Thanks, Eric.
All right, you take care.
You too.